Hey guys, and welcome to part 7. You'll remember that this set, last time I showed it, we found that it had a few issues which stopped it from playing. One of those issues was that the pen 45DD tube, being this one here, failed. It wasn't good. It tested not too good in the first place, however we decided to keep it just to test the radio. So we found another one, and I received that not so long ago, and I installed it in the set. But then we were held up waiting for the resistor to arrive, R16. I'm instantly going to say, in the last video I said that was a 1200K. That is a mistake. I should have said that is 1200 ohm, or 1.2K. You probably didn't notice, but I'd like to keep myself right. That arrived, and I've just installed it. Well, not just installed it, I installed it the other day, and then again powered the set up. The set played. However, this time I was greeted by a very horrible scene in the radio repair world that we hope we never have to see, and that is the sight of a failing transformer. It turns out that all along the real issue with this set has been that the transformer is drawing excessive, well, it's no longer good. It drew excessive current and essentially fried itself. And this happens once in a blue moon as far as radio repair goes. However, we always will run into it, at least once, in this hobby. The transformer has obviously had a bad winding, which is hard to believe. I did test it and all windings seem good, but transformers can simply fail. You forget that the transformer in this set is roughly 66 years old. However, it's still a great shock that this has happened. The transformer is now real bad. We cannot save this. It's failed, and therefore this set cannot function, and it's a horrible thing to have to tell you guys. I really wanted to try and avoid making the video and hope that I could find something quick. However, I simply can't at this exact moment in time. Well, I say I can't. There actually is a plan that I just came across only moments ago that I'm going to share with you guys very shortly. What I first want to say is I've been exchanging email with the gen on the Antique Radio forum named Howard, and Howard has restored multiple of these sets. And just to show you some of his work, I downloaded some pictures of the Antique Radio forum that he put up himself, and this is underneath the chassis. He obviously restuffed all the original caps and so on and so forth. And this is the top side. He doesn't do full restorations. You can see he's just left it, you know, as is condition. He's replaced the wires that needed replaced, and then simply left the rest. But he still does fantastic work, and he got a really good radio out of this. He has been emailing me lately, letting me know that he has a part chassis which has a transformer on it. I'm still waiting on him to get back to me regarding if it tests out good, because he recently bought two to restore one, so I knew he had this transformer sitting. It's just a question of whether it is also bad or whether it tastes good. He's going to get back to me shortly. However, then again I thought, you know what really will I do if this doesn't work out? So then I decided to throw up a quick search on the internet, and I think you guys will be quite surprised at what I've found. And here's what I found. I honestly still can't believe that this has happened for me, but I've come across the exact radio we were working on, being the ultra-electric model T-401. One mistake the seller's done, he's advertised this as 1930s when it's actually mid to late 1940s, but that really doesn't matter. This set has only got, as you can see there, a day and 3 hours to go, so tomorrow night I'm sure we'll be bidding on it and hopefully getting it delivered to my house. The set has a few problems, being that it will sell cheaper because you can see there straight away there's a big nick out of the glass. The corner of the glass has been chipped and actually missing at this corner, which probably means this set was also dropped, but it doesn't matter too much to me about the cabinet because I have a good cabinet. You can also see, I think you can see, that there's a chunk of the Bakelite case missing behind the volume on off knob. But again, this doesn't necessarily make no difference to me. I'm just looking for a set which I can take some parts off. Still has its original 2-pin plug, voltage selector. You remember I showed you that on my set. The back's slightly different, being it has this plaque instead of the small plaque around the back side of the radio, like mine. However, it's the same radio in all shape and form, so hopefully this means something, that we can actually get this ultra electric finished off a lot quicker than we think. A transformer failing is a nightmare. However, it's important that you don't give up on these sets, because otherwise, if we don't do it, who else will? I suppose the question, if it wasn't for us having an interest in these old radios, they would just all be put in the rubbish heap. So I don't think no radio deserves to be thrown in the bucket. If I need to sacrifice one radio to sort the other one, I'll do that, because one working is better than 2 broken ones. So this is what the plan is. If Howard doesn't get back to me in the next day regarding his transformer, I'm going to bid on this radio and hopefully win it. I don't want to invest too much money in it because, well, there's always that risk that this radio could too have problems with its transformer. However, I think the chances of that are pretty slim, and let's just keep our fingers crossed that isn't the case. Here's the description. The sailor said that the glass has a little nick out the corner, which I showed you, and there is the split behind the knob. And he says, however, other than that, it's in good vintage condition. Knobs and switches work as they should. He isn't sure if the radio powers up, due to the fact that it still has its original 2-pin plug from the 40s. And otherwise he's happy to answer questions. I did email him, I just asked him a few questions about it, and he has said that it's a complete set inside. He doesn't have the experience to test the transformer for me, but I didn't expect him to. Most people don't have a multimeter like us, or some machine that they can check their continuity with. But that would have been nice if he had. So there you guys have it. Hopefully none of you guys want one of these sets and bid against me. I don't know how it'll all turn out. And I just really am a little disheartened with the fact that the transformer's gone bad, and this radio is turning out to be a bit of a nightmare, I must be honest. I'm really looking forward to just getting it finished up and put on the shelf. I really want to move on to a new project. So until then, thanks for watching.